Morning, how you doing? I'm a bit better prepared today. Scarves, gloves, a woolen jacket on top of my shirt. It was freezing when I got in the car this morning. Mine is not too bad. It wasn't as cold as yesterday, but still cold enough when you're just getting into a car in the morning. So yeah, I mean the only thing I was going to talk about this morning, because I've done a few morning rambles this week. Actually, on Sunday, my wife was, she's head of HR and she's working overtime at the weekend, and yeah, she does work very hard. It's a renewable energy company, and she was, like many people, are going through pay reviews. So being head of HR, she's like in the thick of it, and she had to do a lot of extra work at the weekend. She was getting a bit hot under the collar, as you can imagine, with all the extra work that she'd taken on board.
Please leave the roundabout at the second exit and continue to follow.
If I know where I'm going. And so yeah, I said, well, do you know what? And it's not normally me that does this. It's normally my wife. She normally take you when we're ever in let's all go a bit mad at work kind of mode. Let's go for a walk. Morning ramble. And sure enough, I said to her, right, we're going on a ramble. And we went round Bushy Park, and of course at the end of it we both felt great, and she did it too. All the stress was gone. So morning ramble is definitely something that I would recommend, and I've heard some executives in HSBC saying a good walk helps a lot, helps them with their thinking, and helps to clear the air in their mind. So yeah, simple as that. Plus it gets you a bit of fitness, doesn't it? So have a morning ramble. Or actually that one was the afternoon. And what we do is there's a little cafe, like 3/4 of the way on the journey, and that's the prize. The prize is you get a coffee at the little cafe. So yeah, and so one thing I was, Chat GPT. Well, what I didn't say before is I've been involved with GPT-3, it's been called. I've been involved with it for about 18 months or something like that. So I saw it coming, and I saw a use for it. And I'm always into APIs. I love APIs. I think they're fantastic. I even wanted to set up a banking app to integrate when the banking APIs became open, but I couldn't find the collaborators to do that. I asked a few guys I used to work with at Lloyd's, and there wasn't a general interest. But yeah, I mean, APIs are great because you've got all the data. You don't need to create that data. You need to do something great with that data. Now with ChatGPT came along, and that was kind of like, right, that was the answer. I mean, I could have, if I'd gone ahead with the GPT-3 API. I mean, I've got access to it, and they asked me, what is it you want to use it for? And I can't help but think they used that information for ChatGPT, because basically what I wanted to do was have an interactive chat about yachts. Of course, that's my favourite topic. So that you can actually find out, all the details you need about a particular yacht. Now I've got a Google search API, and that's great, and I help it choose which websites to go and get the data, and formulate the data so that it's either video, or it's financial, or specification, brokers and things like that. So it's fairly basic in what it does compared to what GPT does, because that's more interactive, whereas obviously Google is just like gives the data, and then you still got a bit of work to get really what you want, whereas GPT, you tell it what you want and you be very specific, and but I didn't mean that. What I meant was this. Oh yeah, you meant that, then here you go. And I've used it since it came open, so yeah, it's still not an opportunity for me, and I'll probably do it, get round to do it this year. That's when things get hard for me, because jumping and decoding is significantly time consuming, as you can imagine, you know, when you're dipping in and out of it, and so therefore I've not, you know, hence the reason why I've not jumped into it yet. I've not had enough motivation, but the whole concept is grabbing all the data that I need for yachts and making it look good and accessible, and then via a chat, you then say, you know, I'd like to know what yacht is owned by this particular person and how much it's going to cost, and what was the trend of that cost over the 5 years, and you know, where is it located right now, who can I buy it from, you know, and that would be in all verified by, you know, various different websites that have got good information, and public information, and then, you know, make it easy for people to get what they need, so that's then becomes the go-to. There you go, business opportunity, come work with me. Let's get that one going. That must have cost them a small fortune. Yeah, so I had another thing about the GPT, and the other day there, I thought, you know, because with the all the documentation on the API is obviously there, but it takes a long time to get through it. So basically, what did I do? I asked ChatGPT, how would I write an API to actually, and of course it gives you everything, and then, you know, if it says, well, actually the way you do it is you get, I think it said Python, or maybe that was something else, but anyway, the way it actually told you to write it, that you then take one of those items and then ask it a bit more about that particular thing, and then you break it down. I'm sure you can do many things with ChatGPT, you know, just by breaking down each task. You know, hey ChatGPT, create me a project plan. And another thing, my colleague has written a script already for the 10-minute short. I had a read through it, and it's certainly good. He seems to have had half written for a play, so he's finished that, and now we've got the script ready for doing the 10-minute short. So next thing up is to look for big buses in my way there, is to get a cinematographer and get it going. It's four actors, about their mid-50s, and so they should be easy to get from the local area, and then let's get filming it. So we're off. Putting on the Ritz. The Ritz. Two of my favourite buildings. I don't know what that building is, but it's beautiful. Been in there for a drink. And then Institute of Directors. Some views around London, some of them are my favourite. I can't always get them great on the camera because it needs a bit of a zoom at times, but the one where coming around the corner from the Embankment and then seeing the entire London landscape with St Paul's in the middle, Oxford Tower to the right, that's a beautiful view for me. I was just about to take a picture of the sea containers building. This bloody lorry stopped right in the middle of it. Round the view. Just going through a tunnel, hence a lot of the light here. But yeah, the mud. The good thing about driving the car rather than a train is you get to have your old classics that you like. And mud used to be the one where in the 70s, you know, I'm sure I was about 14 or something like that, and I used to go to the school disco and dance. There was a particular dance, you know, you, 1 foot forward, I think, then you put your left foot crossed over to the right, and then the right one went back, and then the left one went to the left, and you just kept doing that in a kind of, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Anyway, I'm here at HSBC. Have a look here.
Sandwiches, so lots of love to all the kids, and the lovely teacher dressed in the Winnie the Pooh onesie. That's 326 on the text. We have a caller on the line. Excuse me. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, how?
There's some art installations. That's a big one. I saw that on the TV last night.
Please turn left in 300 yards.
Right, I wanted to come up to the 34th floor to see what the view is, and just to show you back end of the building. Can you see that?